Hello. I would like to present some of the ideas that me and my collaborators work regarding a research on software development bots. The ideas described here cover some of the past and ongoing work published by me and my colleagues that you will find in the video description. So, as software development is supported by more sophisticated tool chains or frameworks, we started to see some of the overlap between advanced automation tools like IDEs or build systems versus software robots or bots. A key example are chatbots that perform tasks and interact with humans via chat, such as Siri or Alexa. Those two agents are not necessarily involved in software development. In contrast, linting tools and logging scripts are not really autonomous, or they perform very simple tasks in software development. However, DevBots, or this intersection between bots and the development tools, provide a landscape of autonomous and human-like tools that perform complex and impactful software development tasks. So, in other words, DevBots are not plain development tools like the IDE or build automation scripts that speed up our development tasks. Rather, they should exhibit a level of autonomy, meaning some level of independence in their agency and some human-like traits such as being able to communicate, interact, or be intelligent. Some examples of popular DevBots are Dependabot and Renovate that autonomously handle dependency updates in your library, or CodeCov that offers insights on code coverage results, or RepairNator that automatically repairs build failures. Or another great example is actually GitHub CoPilot that actually creates functioning or even a boilerplate source code based on natural language description of the expected functionality. And this growing interest and rising of tools, like in having those bots joining our development team, creates the need to answer many open questions. The first of them being, which DevBots, if any, should we use in our project? How do we decide which DevBots to use, or whether something is a DevBot at all, instead of an automation script, for instance? These decisions matter because all of those tools require onboarding, evolution, maintenance, hence they affect our ways of working. Not only that, those tools must exist in the first place for us to use them, so how do we create or introduce DevBots in our project? There are baseline libraries like, for instance, Probot that offers a framework to build these different types of DevBots. Moreover, what if our DevBots malfunctions? How do we identify problems with them and fix those problems, because most likely they will hinder the development lifecycle? Another important question is how to interact with DevBots, not only as humans interacting with bots, but also, and interestingly, DevBots interacting with other DevBots. The DevBots need to share development assets and communicate with one another. So how would we resolve possible conflicts that appear between DevBots? For instance, in one of our studies, we found out that much like biology, there is a food chain between DevBots composing ecosystem structures with roles that are needed to maintain the balance of those ecosystems. But I would say that the most pressing question, and one that we need to answer, is whether or how those DevBots affect our productivity. They add a lot of convenience, yes, that's undeniable. They help us handle tedious or even large-scale tasks that otherwise humans would not be able to do. But being more convenient is not necessarily more productive. Sometimes when we introduce these conveniences, we introduce also bad habits, and they can bring some liability to the development tasks. For instance, skipping or neglecting to check automatic dependency updates can bring inconsistencies to our source code repositories or build tasks, or even Some developers tend to be very skeptical or they don't trust bots that are more intrusive. So how can we help them trust more or even identify if we should not trust that bot, that specific DevBot at all? So answering those questions help us to better understand DevBots, and that is important because they are a key part of receiving better support in the more complex and advanced software development tasks. And we need to realize that answering those questions is not easy because DevBots, software engineering, and software industry are all moving and evolving at a fast pace. Hence, we see a bigger need for partnerships between researchers and practitioners to explore this topic. And already in our initial research studies, we see very interesting results and insights on the impact of using and interacting with DevBots. I hope this talk gave you some insights on DevBots and also triggered your interest in the topic. In the description below, you will find links to our research papers as well as the names of my colleagues where together we explore and discover the trade-offs and characteristics of this new species in software development. Thank you for listening.